Welcome back to TechTide Digital Lifestyle and to our Alternator Masterclass Tutorial Lecture Series 5. In this video we are going to focus on three extremely important performance aspects of synchronous generators: voltage regulation, internal losses, and overall efficiency. These topics are not only vital for engineering examinations, but also very critical in real marine engine room operations, where diesel generators supply power to propulsion auxiliaries, navigation systems, cargo equipment, and hotel loads. By the end of this lecture, you will clearly understand what voltage regulation means, how voltage changes when load is applied, what types of losses exist inside an alternator, and how efficiency is calculated in practice. We will also connect each concept with shipboard generator operation and power management systems so that both theory and practical understanding go hand in hand. Before start this lecture, please subscribe TechTide Digital Lifestyle and don't forget the like and comment this video. Voltage regulation concept. Now let us start with the concept of voltage regulation. On this slide you can see two meters, one showing no load voltage and the other showing full load voltage. When an alternator is running without any electrical load, the terminal voltage is usually slightly higher. As we connect loads and current starts flowing in the stator windings, internal voltage drops appear, causing the terminal voltage to reduce. Voltage regulation is expressed as a percentage and is calculated by taking the difference between no load voltage and full load voltage, dividing that by the full load voltage, and multiplying by 100. You can also see icons representing different power factors. Lagging power factor loads such as induction motors produce larger voltage drops, while unity or leading power factor loads result in smaller drops or sometimes even a voltage rise. Marine engineers pay close attention to this behavior because excessive voltage fluctuation can damage sensitive electronics and motors on board. Causes of voltage drop. This slide shows a transparent three-dimensional cross-section of the alternator with magnetic flux lines and current paths highlighted. Several internal factors are responsible for voltage drop when load is applied. First is armature resistance, which causes a real voltage drop proportional to the stator current and is directly related to copper losses. Next is leakage reactance, shown here by flux that does not fully link all conductors, producing a reactive voltage drop. Another major factor is armature reaction, the magnetic field created by stator currents that distorts or weakens the main rotor field. You can see this effect represented by bent and distorted flux lines in the graphic. Magnetic saturation of the core also limits how much additional flux can be produced even when excitation is increased. Together, these phenomena explain why voltage falls under load and why automatic voltage regulators must constantly adjust excitation current. Types of losses overview. In this slide, the alternator is shown as a cutaway model with different parts glowing to indicate heat generation. These glowing regions represent the main categories of losses inside the machine. Copper losses occur in the stator and rotor windings due to current flow. Iron losses occur in the magnetic core and are present even at no load. Mechanical losses are associated with rotating parts such as bearings and cooling fans, while stray load losses arise from leakage flux and harmonic effects under load. All of these losses add together to form the total losses of the alternator, which reduce the useful electrical output and lower efficiency. For marine engineers, understanding losses is essential because excessive heating can lead to insulation breakdown, bearing damage, and unplanned generator shutdowns, situations that are extremely critical when the ship is at sea. Copper losses. Here the stator windings are glowing bright orange with arrows showing current flow, and the I²R formula is displayed clearly. Copper losses depend on the square of the current flowing in the conductors, which means that if the load current doubles, the copper losses increase 4 times. Stator copper loss is the largest component at full load, while rotor field copper loss depends on the excitation current supplied to the field winding. These losses convert electrical energy into heat, raising the temperature of windings and insulation. Excessive copper loss may indicate overloading, shorted turns, poor ventilation, or cooling system failure. In marine practice, engineers continuously monitor winding temperature sensors and insulation resistance values to ensure safe operation and to prevent costly breakdowns during voyages. Iron losses. This slide zooms in on the laminated stator core, with small glowing loops representing eddy currents and a hysteresis curve overlay. Iron losses are produced because the magnetic material is repeatedly magnetized and demagnetized as the rotor field rotates. Hysteresis loss depends on the magnetic properties of the steel, while eddy current loss results from circulating currents induced within the core. These losses increase with frequency and magnetic flux density, which is why operating generators above rated voltage or frequency is dangerous. Iron losses are almost constant for a given voltage and frequency, even when the generator is lightly loaded. Engineers reduce iron losses by using thin laminated silicon steel cores, which interrupt eddy current paths and improve overall efficiency. Mechanical or stray losses. On this slide you can see the rotating shaft, bearings, cooling fans, and airflow patterns around the rotor. Mechanical losses arise from bearing friction, shaft seals, and windage, the resistance offered by air as parts rotate at high speed. These losses mainly depend on rotational speed rather than electrical load. Stray load losses are illustrated by irregular magnetic flux paths and harmonic waves. They are caused by leakage flux, non-uniform current distribution, and slot harmonics in the stator. Although smaller compared to copper losses, they still contribute to heating. Abnormally high mechanical losses may signal lubrication failure, misalignment, or blocked ventilation ducts, issues that marine engineers must rectify immediately to maintain safe generator operation. Efficiency calculation. This slide shows mechanical input power coming from a diesel engine into the alternator, while electrical output flows toward switchboards and bus bars. Between them, blocks representing losses are clearly visible, along with the efficiency formula and a load versus efficiency curve. Efficiency is defined as electrical output divided by mechanical input, or alternatively output divided by output plus total losses. You can see from the curve that efficiency is highest near rated load, which is why shipboard diesel generators are normally operated between 60 and 80% loading. Running too lightly loaded or heavily overloaded reduces efficiency and increases wear. Engineers use these curves to plan generator starting sequences, load sharing, and fuel economy strategies. Marine DG operational importance. Here we move into the ship's engine room, where multiple diesel generators operate in parallel and are supervised by a power management system, or PMS. Voltage regulation directly affects motors, pumps, compressors, and navigation equipment, while efficiency influences fuel consumption and exhaust emissions. Proper load sharing between generators prevents one machine from becoming overloaded while others run lightly loaded. The PMS automatically starts or stops generators to keep them within their optimum operating range. Overheating warnings and fuel economy indicators on the display remind engineers of the importance of maintaining stable voltage and high efficiency. These principles are not just theoretical, they directly influence safety, reliability, and operating costs on board vessels. Summary or exam focus. Let us now summarize this lecture. Voltage regulation tells us how terminal voltage changes from no load to full load and is strongly influenced by power factor, armature reaction, and internal impedance. Alternator losses include copper, iron, mechanical, and stray losses, all of which reduce useful output power. Efficiency reaches its maximum near rated load, making proper generator loading essential in marine applications. From an examination point of view, you should be able to define voltage regulation, derive its formula, list and explain different types of losses, sketch efficiency curves, and discuss practical shipboard operating procedures. In the next tutorial lecture we will study testing methods and performance characteristics of alternators, including open circuit and short circuit tests. So keep learning with TechTide Digital Lifestyle, and get ready to master alternators like a professional engineer. Thank you for watching this complete lecture on voltage regulation, losses, and efficiency in alternators here on TechTide Digital Lifestyle. If this session helped you understand how marine and industrial generators really perform in practical operation, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming technical tutorials. Drop a comment below telling us your role, marine engineer, student, or industrial electrician, and what topic you want next. In the following video we will cover alternator testing methods including open circuit and short circuit tests, which are extremely important for exams and commissioning work, so stay connected and keep upgrading your engineering knowledge with TechTide Digital Lifestyle.